Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing the brand new One Piece chapter 1031. Of course, before we begin, spoiler warning, and let's dive straight into it. So first things first, this chapter is titled Warrior of Science or A Warrior of Science. So first things first, on this chapter we get a cover page with what seems to be all the first commanders of the current and past Yonko, plus a few other hints maybe hinting at future Yonko. So in the picture we have Rayleigh, who is the first mate of Roger, who was the king of the pirates. We have Ben Beckman for Shanks. We have King for Kaido, Katakuri for Big Mom, of course. We have Shiryu for Blackbeard. We have Marco for Whitebeard. We have Killer, which is interesting, for Kid. We have Beppo for Law. We have an interesting one that doesn't really tie into the Yonko, but we have Sabo for the revolutionaries, and then we have Zoro holding Enma. So most of them are the first mates of the past generations, top first mates for those top pirates or the Yonko, and the whole thing with Law and Beppo, Kid and Killer, and then Law and Zoro and Luffy, sorry. So maybe hints of those becoming the future Yonko. But yeah, pretty cool cover page, and let's dive straight into the chapter. So the chapter starts off right where we left off, with Big Mom being covered with these metal beams, and surprisingly enough the beams have her pinned at the moment, and while she's pinned we see Law and Kid having a mini conversation, and some of them are like, well, even she shouldn't be able to get out of all of this, and Kid is there like, ha, because him and Law panted. So Kid is like, whew, well, how do you like that, you old hag? You probably shouldn't even be able to get out of that either. But we see Law ask Kid, and I think this is one of the first times we got the official name for Kid's fruit. So Law is like, so you're magnetic or magnet fruit. I believe the unofficial had magnetic and the official has magnet. So Law is like, so the magnet fruits awakening allows you to assign magnetism to someone, but how long does this last? But Kid is like, well, I can't tell you all my secrets now though. But while they're talking, we see one of the steel beam goes flying, and Big Mom gets up. We see her getting up. Everyone is scared, and this is interesting now because she uses her power that she used in Fishman Island. We saw where she says life or death, and you have to choose. But instead of life or death, she says life or Oshiruku. And the guys there, Kaido's men, I would assume, are like, well, that's her sole focus. So yeah, that's bad. But they're like, we should have some Oshiruko still. But then one of the guys are like, no, we kinda spilled all of that over there. So that leads to she being able to suck out their life, because they don't have the Oshiruko to offer her. So pretty interesting. And she grabs all of their souls and absorbs it, and then recasts it into the debris to bring steel beams to life to create homies. And while doing that, she also says, these soldiers, they're too weak, so I'm going to use a year of my lifespan of my soul to get stronger. And she uses 1 year of her life, and she turns into this huge monstrosity. She's herself still, but bigger, stronger most likely, and she's looking down at Kid and Law, and she's like, it's been a very long time since I've been hurt like this. Um, so that's very impressive. So she's praising Law and Kid for managing to hurt her, and she says, well, I'm sure you've come for my throne, just like Straw Hat. So if you want to take my throne, prove you're worthy to be an emperor of the sea. And this is where we get Law and Kid kinda showing their resolve, because Law is like, I can't believe I have to beat such a monster to learn more about history. And Kid is telling Law, don't hold back any strength anymore as long as you still live. We need to go out, or go all out then, to bring her down, even if it kills us. So yeah, Kid and Law seems to have strengthened their resolve to take her down. So we then cut away now from that, and we see Yamato is running to get to the bombs at the bottom of Onigashima, and she says in order to reach there she'll need to pass through the cave chamber, and of course we know Apu and Drake and the numbers are there. But before that happens, we see Drake and Apu speaking again, and Apu is still trying to convince Drake to join him, but Drake is like, nah, that's a no right there, no. Apu tries to attack Drake with his attack, and Drake says his obligations to Straw Hat depends on him, or not depends, but demands that he wins this fight. But before or after that, then I should say, Drake explains Apu's attack, and he says, your attack works with sound, so I have to hear your attack for it to work, but you aim with your line of sight. So if you launch your attack, if I just duck out of your line of sight, then it would hit somewhere else. So 2 ways to dodge Apu's attacks, it looks like. Cover your ears, avoid his line of sight. But yeah, Apu tells Drake to stop spilling his secrets. But this fight should probably end soon, I assume. But we then get Yamato now reaching where they are, and Apu tries to be sneaky and get Yamato's help, but Yamato is like, I've already cut ties with Kaido, so that's a no from me helping you. And we see one of the numbers, interestingly enough, gets up only when Yamato enters here, and Yamato clashes with Drake because she thinks Drake is trying to stop her, but Drake tells her, I've left Kaido as well. So she apologizes to Drake. She says, I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry. And while she's running, we see the number Fuga bites down on the building and destroys it, and is chasing her. But why? That's the question. Why is Fuga after her? But either way, we see Apu try to command the other 2 numbers to get away, but Drake tells him he and the numbers aren't going anywhere. So hopefully this leads to their final battle here, and we get the resolution to that. But then we cut away from them, and we see Robin and Brooke, and the Minks are trying to stall CP0 because it seems the agents are on the move trying to catch Robin, and the Minks are buying time for them to escape. So Brooke takes Robin and he jumps down, and Robin says that these, or is it Brooke? Either Brooke or Robin, but one of them says these are the same men we saw at Dressrosa. But Robin says out of everyone in CP0, the one with the masks are the most elite out of all of them. So these should be the strongest set of fighters from CP0. So I'm interested to see if we get their identities yet or not. But we then cut away again, and we see Sanji, and Sanji is in the pleasure hall again. And this time, some women are trying to attack him. They're telling him to keep away, something happened. And we look on the ground and we see there's an unconscious woman. And they're trying to tell Sanji that he did this. So Sanji in his head is confused, doesn't know what's going on. And to himself he's thinking that he doesn't want to become like his brothers because his brothers beat a woman unconscious before. So stands to reason he doesn't like to hit women, he would want to become a monster like that. But we then see Queen appears, and Queen is like, finally caught up, where have you been? Let's fight now. Put on the suit, let's fight. The pleasure hall is closed, Sanji, let's fight. Sanji's like, his body stopped itching, but he still can't remember what happened to the woman, because we're still dwelling on that. I mean, I guess Sanji's morals and ideals and all of that, but I think dragging out so many pages of or panels of him trying to remember what happened kind of took away from it. But essentially, all those panels was him trying to figure out if he actually hit her or not, because he can't remember what happened, and he thinks to himself, this interesting thought, and he's thinking, would I be more useful to Luffy like this? Because the regular me can't fight women. I'm distracted by women. I turn into a wreck when I face an opponent who's a female. But this cold side of me, like my brothers, would be able to execute or take out anyone you ask me to. So which one was better or is better for you? And he takes out his raid suit and he says, I've made up my mind. And essentially what he meant by that is he's going to destroy the raid suit, because he destroys the raid suit, or seemingly destroys the raid suit. And he lights up a cigarette and he calls Zoro on a Denden Mushi. Zoro is still fighting King as we see him blocking his attack, and Zoro is confused why a snail is kinda ringing on his phone, and in doing so Zoro is like, what happened, what's wrong, you moron cook? And Sanji essentially tells him, if at the end of this fight I'm different, I want you to kill me. If I'm out of my mind, kill me, because something seems to be wrong. And of course we know we're going to take down the animal pirates soon, but if something goes wrong with me, please kill me. And Zoro is kind of confused, but Zoro says, sure, I don't know what's going on, but fine, I have something to look forward to, just don't die before then. Sanji proceeds to say thank you and hangs up and disappears. And Queen is confused because he's like, is this another one of Judge's moves? But Sanji's like, no, you don't need to keep adding fuel to the fire. And he uses Hell Memories and attacks Queen. And this is the first time in years, I will say for anime at least, that we've seen Hell Memories. Same for the manga, I believe we haven't seen that attack in a long time. And the chapter ends there. So, pretty interesting chapter. Hopefully the next chapter would be a full Sanji Queen-centric chapter to focus on that fight. And we get to see what actually happens and how that resolves, maybe, hopefully. Because I think it's time we start buckling down on some individual fights fully and seeing the outcomes of them, as we've been jumping all over the island. So Kaido is the only one who had a main focus on him for fights. So I think it's about time we get focused on King and Queen and their skills and their fights, and then maybe we could hop around some more and do mini fights in between that. But yeah, all in all, a good chapter. I don't believe we have a chapter next week. The manga is on break, so I'll see you all the week after that for the next chapter. Bye.